Good evening, everybody. It's 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, and we're about to go through a special roll. This is 1955, original bank wrapped roll from Guaranty Trust Corporation, or Guaranty Trust Company of New York. It's New York, New York. Nice looking roll from both ends as it appears. So we're going to take a good look. We're going to get inside of it, see exactly what's in here. We've got Eric Beyer, Andy Snovel. We've got Joe McBride, Yeoman Gold, Farm Dog, Tech Star, Randy. How you guys doing? It's been a long day here. I've been either revealing or getting ready for revealing most of the day, but it's fun and we enjoy it. Hello, Jessica. So yeah, we have the auction coming up, the weekend edition auction coming up tomorrow. So you guys may definitely participate just by logging in, coming over to the Copper Coins channel and watching our wonderful Jessica Johnson host the weekend edition show. First time in 3 weeks. Okay. Well, it looks like a relatively nice roll. It really does. We might even have some pretty high-grade coins out of this one. That looks nice. Okay, let me get the first name pulled out of the bag, and we'll be ready to go. And here we go. Yeoman. Yeoman gets the first coin in the roll. This is the first coin in this 1955 roll. This is one of the ones with a master die doubling. It has a master die doubling that generally pretty much shows up in the upper BE of Liberty, and that's about it. And this is what it shows up as right here. You see just a little separation line running across the top of the B and a little separation line up around the corner of the E. And that is master die doubling. Master die doubling on the BE of Liberty. And that shows up on almost all 1955 cents to one extreme or another. These are really, really common for some pretty heavy die cracks on the head. Cracked skull die cracks. God, this one's got some amazing lines on it, but it's not it's not a double die. So we don't have a double die in this coin. We don't expect a double die in every coin, right? I think we got 3 different ones to be looking for that I know of. 3 different ones on the obverse. One's a class 6, one is a very nice class 2+5, and the other one is a beautiful class 1. Then we got some pretty nice doubled die or reverses. There's at least one that I know of. It's a nice fat class 6. It's a nice one. Let's see what we have here. Different cracked skull. It's got no hub doubling on the obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse. Not in there either. I do appreciate everyone's attention over this past week. We have done, 13 rolls? 13 rolls this week. I had to skip Wednesday, so I had to schedule them all for the last 2 days. There's Sureg. Sorry, 13 rolls this week? That sounds like a lot. I had 9 scheduled, and then I sold another 4, so that's 13. This is what most of your 1955 Lincoln cents are going to look like. It's going to turn out that they are very mushy and very soft toward the outside edge. This is going to be one of those ones that's going to have that little bit of a shadow next to the 5 that some people call a poor man's double die. Don't be fooled by that. There are a lot of late die state 1955 Lincoln cents that exhibit this little anomaly, and it's not worth much, if any, premium value unless it's really beautiful and you really like it. Then it's worth a couple of dollars. But don't go spending $5, $10, $15 on those things, because they just are not worth it. What did I do for Tam's birthday? I took her out to dinner. She really likes the steaks at the Texas Roadhouse. So I took her to the Texas Roadhouse and got her the best steak that money could buy there. We had a good time, too. Yo Man gets coin number 4. She's in Florida now. She's doing her out-of-state stuff now. She'll be coming back sometime this next week. I got some surprise mail today. I got a card from Miss Fonda Gall. I have to send her a message later and tell her I appreciate the card. She called me an angel. That's so sweet. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse evidently cooks a good steak. I've never had one of them. I always get chicken when I go there. Hey, Paul Hampton, coin number 5. These rolls are ones that, this 1955, if you hit it, man, you hit hard. I'm telling you, man, there's some real money in 1955 doubled dies, whether it be the die 1, die 2, or die 3. You even like a Texas Roadhouse in Texas? Wow. That's saying something for sure. There's coin number 5. Coin number 6 will go to Sureg. Coin number 6 for Mr. Sureg. And here's coin number 6. I've been looking for years trying to find even a double die obverse number 2 in a roll, and I haven't found any yet. That means I'm due. That means I'm overdue. What did I just find? What is that right there? No way. No way. Really? We may have a double die here, and one I've never seen before. Let's see what we got hanging on. Okay, that looks more like die where next to the I and the N. But what about here? Is that die where, or is that a bar L? It really looks convincing to me. Well, I can see it about as good as I'm gonna see it. I don't think the microscope's going to do anything different except maybe show me that there could be a little more notching underneath the L. If there's any notching under the L, I'm going to call that a double die. Otherwise, I'm going to have to write it off as die damage due to polishing. That looks nice. I'm not sure what to say about that right now. Definitely looks good. I may have to call it that. I'll zoom it back out and take a look at it at regular magnification. Man, that thing looks real promising. I see what could be a hint of doubling on the I and the N, but that's about it. Nothing else anywhere else. Let's go take a look at the 5 again. Sometimes when you get bar L's on one side, you see that is shifted downwards, so then you would see a little bit of doubling on the top of the last digit of the date. Sometimes, just once in a great while. So that's something to look for. Let's take a look at the reverse on this one. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We've seen this die before. Okay, so now I need to go back to whichever coin that was, because we've seen that die scratch. Hello, Donna Mac. Tim Morrell. We're doing some investigation. We have a beautiful die scratch over here, or actually it looks like a it looks like a termite colony running through the wood here. But this is in association with what appears to be a bar L over here. So I'm going to go back and I've got to find the coin. This one belongs to Sureg. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the holder for Sureg. But I need to find the other coin that we found so far that has the same reverse markers and then check the obverse. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through here until I find the reverse markers that we're looking for. Not on that coin. That's number 5. Here's number 4. Not on that coin. It was the very first coin, coin number 1. Okay, there's coin number 3. Might as well look at them all now. I've only got a 50-50 chance at this point. Here's coin number 2. And Jessica was right. Coin number 1. Coin number 1 is the one that had the same markers. There are the markers. All right, so here's the telling moment. We're going to flip this over and take a look at the obverse and see if we have a bar L under this one. What do you know? I missed it the first time around. So Yeoman and Sureg both get what I'm going to call a bar L for 1955. This is a huge development in the study of 1955 die varieties. If someone can go take a look at Wexler's website for me, in fact, we can just do it together. Why not? This is big. This is big. I know I don't list it. So if it's going to be listed, if we're going to find one listed, it's going to be right here. Of course, he doesn't show it as complete, but he's got die 1. Keep on for die 1. There's die 2. This is definitely not die 1 or die 2. Here's die 3. That's the big fat class 6 double die. And here's a number 4. His number 4 is copper coins number 4. Moderate extra thickness shows on the date and the God we trust. So there's another class 6. Okay. And here's a proof number 5. That doesn't count because it's proof. Proof dies don't cross over to these. Here's another proof. And then here is... Okay, so he skips number 8. 7... 6. He skips number 5. So he skips number 5. He skips number 8. Because he doesn't have photos for those at the moment. But here's number 9. It's got the doubling under the BER of Liberty. Number 10 is proof. Number 11 is an eyelid. And then he goes to the reverses. So this isn't listed. This bar L is not listed anywhere. I wouldn't expect him to list it, James Wiles. I just wouldn't. There's so many things I know of that are not listed on his website. I'm not really sure where he is these days, but he's not on the same page with us. So here's Randy. Randy gets coin number 7. And let's go ahead and refocus here. Get back in the saddle. Get that well focused. Alright, go take a look at everything, see what we've got and see what we don't got. And we got nothing on the obverse on this one. So we've got 2 coins so far that are bar L's that I totally missed the first time around. And it was only that I looked at the reverse and saw that reverse marker that was so very strong that I even recognized that I had already seen one of those coins. I went back and found it. Okay, so now we're up to coin number 7. Coin number 7 is a normal coin. Let's take a look at number 8. Coin number 8 is for DN. Coin number 8 for DN. And got nothing on the obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse. So a little tiny struck through right there next to the C. That's about it for this one. That's coin number 8, everyone. Now moving on to coin number 9. Coin number 9 goes to Don Harmon. Mr. Harmon. I wonder if he came back for this broadcast or whether he had time. But we found a coin for him. It's not one of the bar L's that we have been finding here. Doesn't appear to be a double die reverse. One of the things, Randy, about Variety Vista is the listing system employed by that website has been around for a long time. It's been around for probably 20 years. And a lot of the bar L double dies that were added have been added years ago. And of late, Mr. Wiles has not been listing as many of the more minor varieties as he used to list. So I'm really unsure as to exactly what his direction is at this point. Maybe he is constraining his parameters as to what he'll list even further so that he can consolidate the listings into something a little more comprehensive. Or a little more succinct, I guess, not comprehensive, because comprehensive is when you list everything. And we'll see. John Wexler is very comprehensive about what he does. Now, his online experience is not fulfilled because there's a lot he doesn't list online, but I do know he has the files, he has the images. Donamac. Let's see what Donamac gets. Ooh, it's a 1955. Just joking. Just playing around with you. Let's flip it over and take a look at the other side. See what happened over here on the other side. Looks rather normal. Okay. I know. I'd love to give you something good. Tell me something good. Techstar. Who likes Texas Roadhouse in Texas? Oh, big old split head. That's one of our bar L's, isn't it? Looks like it could very well be one of our bar L's. So, if it is one, we're going to flip it over and we're going to see some really big die scratches next to the T of cent. Bam, there it is. Okay, so we know our die now. We know our die. Let's flip it back over and I want to see if I can find any other little markers on the obverse. Okay, we have a die scratch going north and south next to the one that actually affects the field and the vest. That's not very common for die scratches to ride over like that, so it had to be a very deep one. So it's a good die scratch to take note of. It's a north and south die scratch just to the southwest of the one of the date. So this is going to go on the pile of die number 1. It's coin number 12, Techstar. We've got 3 of these now. Bam, 3 of them. Let's take a look at the next coin. The next coin is going to go to Deanne. Deanne will get this coin right here. Yeah, dear. Looking around for anything we can find on this to make it interesting. Interesting coins are the best. For sure, you know. Only want to see the interesting stuff. All right, Farm Dog gets coin number 14. And coin number 14 is this one right here. Nope. No doubling. Nothing on the reverse. So Farm Dog's coin number 14 turns out to be a normal coin, but that's okay. We're going to keep looking. Keep looking, keep looking. Don Harmon again. Don Harmon will get coin number 15. This is coin number 15 out of the roll. And nothing. Not a double die obverse. All right, Jess, you be good. Have fun with your family. I will talk to you tomorrow. Hello, Coin Junkie. Coin Junkie is in the house. Whatever you're making, Jessica, make enough for me. I'm coming over. I'm going to go make myself welcome at your dinner table. All right. Well, that's a very unusual amount of cracks and stuff going on the T of cent on that coin. But I see nothing else of definite interest. That's coin number 16. Let's go on over and take a look at coin number 17. Coin number 16 proved to be a normal coin. Let's see if coin number 17 is also a normal one, or if it's an unusual one. It appears to be normal so far. It is a normal one. Nothing here. Oh, look at the die crack there. Man, there's die cracks everywhere on this thing. Holy moly, if it stands out, it's got a die crack on it. The T, the TES, the wheat. Man, that's a lot of die cracks. That's got more crack than a back alley in Detroit. Farm Dog. Let's see what Farm Dog gets. Not one of the Bar L's. Nothing on the reverse. So Farm Dog gets a nice normal cent. Now back to Deanne. Let's see what Deanne gets here. Ooh, is that going to be one of them? I think it is. It might be. No, it's not. There's another die that has heavy die scratches. Well, then let's just keep looking. Got nothing there. Move on to Adam Chambers. Adam Chambers is the person receiving coin number 20. Let's take a look at coin number 20 and see what it is. Well, it's It's not a double die. On the obverse, anyway. You also don't see anything on the reverse. Well, that's too bad. Guess we can't have them all. Now for coin number 21. 21 will go to Don Harmon. Let's take a look at coin number 21 and see what it has. Nothing. Sorry. Now, if you think about it, a die crack is just where the surface of the die has split open, so that you can see one side exactly like the other because they were at one point attached to one another. And then a die chip is an area where a complete part of the die surface is missing. Die chips are rather small. They usually occur on the inside of the design. Die breaks, as I'm hearing it, are die chips that measure 4 millimeters in size or larger. That's the way I've been told it works. And then a broken die. Then you have cuds. Cuds are where there's actually metal missing, as in die metal is completely missing from along and around the edge of the design. And then there's the additional term, broken die. A broken die is where there's basically pieces of a die continuing to strike coins, but they are completely separated from one another. So it's kind of like how a brush holds the bristles in, but the bristles are not attached to one another. That's sort of like what we're talking about. The die chamber is holding the die together only because it's in the die chamber. Otherwise, the die would completely fall apart. Those are the rarest, of course. It's broken die strike, or shattered die strike. Now, shattered die strikes are very scarce. You're not going to see them very often. Had to wet my whistle. You usually do it with cold water or cold tea. Iced tea. And today, grape juice. I love grape juice. It's one of my favorites. There have been some die chips on some of these coins, Randy, but I'm not exactly sure precisely which ones you were talking about. Plenty of die cracks. Not very many die chips. This is die damage right there. It's a little damage spot to the die. Transfers over to the coins just like that. Nothing on that one. That's coin number 25. We're halfway through the roll now. Coin number 26 goes to Donamac. Nothing there. Let's take a look at the other. Like button is the thumbs up right below the image of the video itself. There's a thumb down there. You hit the thumbs up and it turns blue. That's giving me a like, and that's what I like. I love it when people give me a like because it helps my searchability out with YouTube. Makes me more relevant if more people like the videos I show. And the more relevant you are, the easier people find you. Let's see, Hawkeye's next. Coin number 27. Coin number 27. Hawkeye. Got a nice split skull there. Cracked skull. That looks like one of our bar L's. So that means we're going to be able to flip it over and we're going to see those beautiful big lines running all around the T. There we go. There they are. Right there, got another example of our bar L now. Oh my gosh, you people actually use phones to do this. Not me. I don't hardly do anything on my phone other than answer calls. Even Messenger is a pain in the butt on the phone. It's like it always tries to overspell everything for you. And it's usually wrong. Techstar. I go for the reverse. Let's see if we have anything on the reverse to talk about, and it appears as though we don't on this coin. So I will move on. That's coin number 28 for Techstar. Now we're looking at coin number 29. And coin number 29 is going to go to Mr. Patillo, Chuck Patillo. Nothing there on the obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse. Nothing doing. Nothing on this coin. It is a nice coin, though. I mean, these are nice coins. They're nice full gem coins. It's not very common on 1955 either. I mean, these things got condition for you. That's one good thing going for these. Randy. Hey, Randy got himself a bar L. Hey, Pop Motion. Randy got himself a bar L. Let's go look at our beautiful markers on the reverse. Right there. How you doing today, Pop Motion? Having a good weekend? That'll be coin number 30. Oh, we're doing wonderfully in here. We're finding what appears to be a brand new 1955 double die obverse. I mean, it's not one of the big elite ones. It's just new. It's different. Something that hasn't been necessarily noticed or listed before. So we're all kind of getting giddy in here about it. Hello, Amber. I never had a sales section on copper coins. It was never built to begin with. I'm going to look for ways of being able to integrate LincolnCent.com into copper coins and copper coins into Lincoln Cent so as to pair them or marry them together. So say you look up a die and it's not the die you have, but you see that I do have some of those for sale. makes it easy for you just to jump in there and buy one of them. So that was Jeff Dunn, coin number 31. Jeff Dunn did not happen to get anything this time around. Yeah, Randy, you need a lottery ticket and you need to buy me one too. Because I don't buy lottery tickets. I don't ever have any luck with those things. There's one time, it's like, you know, every time that the Powerball gets up to some stupid number, like 300 million, I buy a ticket just to see. I mean, you know, you never know, right? Well, I bought a ticket. I bought a $10 quick pick one time when Powerball was up over 300 million. It was like 450 million or something like that. It's almost $500 million. And so I bought a ticket, a $10 quick pick, and that $10 quick pick won $14. So I cashed my money and had $4 extra. That was kind of nice. There's another one. Right there. Let's take a look at the other side. See. Bam, there we go. Techstar, actually no, because Dieware is still gonna show up the same from coin to coin, just like these markers do. These markers show up from coin to coin with the same die, but that's not hub doubling. That's just, well, damage to the die. So the repeat of the bar L only means that we have the appearance of a bar L, and it is definitely on the die. But that doesn't mean that it's hub doubling. It could still be dieware. I have to take a harder look at it later. This is not one of them. I don't think. No, it's not one of them. It has been a very nice roll, that's for sure. Oops, forgot to put Tim's name in that one. So here's a mistake that I made. And I'll tell you guys about it. Don knows about it because it affected him, as does Deanne. Well, the other day when I was selling rolls, these rolls, I usually have Jessica around to type in the names and everything for me, but she didn't have her computer ready and she didn't even know she was going to be useful, so she wasn't here. And given that she wasn't here, I ended up putting the names in pretty much by myself. And the way I did it was, instead of actually trying to type out everybody's name for every spot they purchased, I just used initials. So Eric Byer was EB and Techstar was TS and so on. So I go through and I'm getting ready to do my invoices and I see a whole bunch of DHs and I thought, wow, Deanne sure bought a whole bunch of coins. So I billed her for all of them. And this morning, Don Harmon sends me a message and says, you didn't ever bill me for the coins I got. Yeah, that's right. So I had to go back and I had to watch the video and figure out exactly what happened. I had given Deanne too many spots and had taken all of Don Harmon's spots away from him. So I corrected the issue. I credited one, invoiced the other, and somehow my head thought I was done. But I had already created the name chips for the reveal for today, and they were wrong. I didn't think about that, went ahead and used them. So Deanne got more coins than she should have, and Don didn't get any of his. So I have been told via email that it's okay if I resolve this issue and just make everyone complete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of Deanne's coins, I'm going to mix them up on the floor sort them, and pull out the number of coins that Dawn purchased that Deanne ended up with. You think it's an age thing? I don't know so much that it's an age thing. I think it's just a dummy thing. Sometimes I can just be a real dummy. Do things that I shouldn't do the way I did. You're also going to notice on this particular reveal, this is the very first reveal I've ever done it for, I printed the flip inserts just a little bit smaller so they're easier to get into the holders. Joe McBride for the next one, number 38. But what I did was I printed the fronts, and the backs have been pre-printed. I had those printed quite a long time ago. So I've got the backs to the inserts printed out on a sheet, and I print the inserts on the front at 96% instead of 100%. Guess what happened? That's right. You end up with slightly smaller print on the front, which condenses, and so you end up near cutting the edge off of some of your inserts on the back side. And so that's kind of what happened to me. So you can see here, got way over to the edge, and then not so much, and then almost centered, and then a little bit other side, and then way off to the edge over there. I have a hard time multitask. I've never multitasked well. I don't think anyone does, especially men. Men don't multitask well at all. Uh, 1955 FS102 is a scarce animal. I have seen fewer than a half dozen of them in all the years I've been doing this. I've seen more of die number 1 than I've ever seen of die number 2. I think finding them is quite a scarce thing to do. I don't care what grade you're talking about. It could be anything from very fine up to MS65. I just think they're all scarce. Die number 2 is a very difficult double die to come by. Tim Morrell, coin number 40. Here comes coin number 40. Not gonna do it. Just a bit outside. Not gonna do it. Next up, coin number 41, Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton will get this little beauty. Let's see what it is. Nice, but normal. 1955 Lincoln cent on the obverse. And the reverse. I always do this for one coin per roll. It's become kind of a tradition. Next coin we're going to look at from our eagle eye view. Sureg, we're going to look at your coin up close and eagle eye view. Here it is up close. It's an interesting piece. All right, eagle eye view. Man, these things are bright. It's a very nice 1955 Lincoln cent. Well, that's coin number 42. Let's see what's on coin number 43. How about that, Sherm? Let's see what's on coin number 43. All right, buddy? My dog's sitting down here wanting to go outside. He wants to go. And he says, hey, Daddy, put your thing down. Let's go pee. Like, well, kid, I'm a little busy right now. He says, are you going to be too busy in a few minutes? No, why? Well, because then you'll get to clean up the pee on the floor. All right, let's go outside. Very demanding little Poochie is. I call him little, but he's 65 pounds little. Mama feeds him junk, so he's getting heavy. Eric Beyer. I don't feed him junk. I just feed him good stuff. See, it's like she'll feed him anything. Piece of pizza, bite of cheese, whatever it is. I was making chicken breast sandwiches for lunch. You know, chicken lunch meat. And he was sitting there begging. So I wadded up a piece and I threw it right in his mouth. He liked it. Oh, you gonna take off on us for now, Bill? Okay. By the time you get back, I'll be done. Probably. We're talking maybe 5 minutes. About enough time to have a cigarette. So you take care, buddy. And I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow at the auction. If not then, it will be Tuesday. What am I looking at here? Let's see what we're looking at. Is it an eyelid or no? That's a little close, actually. Let me back out and see if I can see it on the next focal length level. No, not an eyelid. Okay. Oh, that was a waste of another couple of minutes. Maybe Bill can come back before I get finished. Ay, 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 ay. And then he just gets demanding about it. It's like, hey, you, take me outside right now. Why? Do you need to go? No, I want to smell the rose bush again. Okay, you can wait 5 minutes. All right, then, I need to go. He is so needy. He's a wonderful little pup, but sometimes he's worse than a woman. Did I say that? It's alright, my wife will never watch. Joe McBride. Coin number 47. Got 4 coins left in the roll, and this is one of those coins. Nothing on the obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. Bam, bitty, bam, bam. And nothing there. We've got DN. Coin number 48. Coin number 48. This one right here. That's a nice coin. Very nice condition. Fields are nice. A spot here and there. It's quite a little spot there. Adam, it kind of depends on... It really kind of depends on the strength of the bar or the strength of the eyelid. At equal strengths, I would say they probably have roughly equal value. I don't think one is any more valuable than the other, and that's because the audience for both is rather limited. Don't have a large audience for them. Chuck Patillo is next. Chuck Patillo. Not the bar L. Not a double diobverse. Not a double reverse. So on to the final coin in the roll. That's going to be coin number 50. Coin number 50 goes to Deanne. She just got a coin a couple of minutes ago. She's hoarding pennies. You know, this one's a little spotty. It was on the end of the roll. Oh, you unfortunately pulled another normal coin. So, here's what we have. In this particular roll, we have found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of what I consider presumptively a bar L double die for the 1955 Philadelphia cent. That's number 33, 30, 27, 12, 6, and 1. And the rest of the coins in the roll turned out to be, well, pretty much normal. And here is all of those. Here are all of those. Chuck, you damned hillbilly, learn to speak English. You better learn to talk American. Somebody gonna pop out of woodwork and try to deport you. There we go. All right, folks. About to take off for the evening. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for showing up. Don't forget about Jessica Johnson's weekend edition auction coming up tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, or 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm sorry. 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff. And that's all I've got for this time round. I do appreciate it, folks. You guys have a great night, great weekend. Also, don't forget about my auction coming up on Tuesday. Tuesday evening, we're going to have a nice auction. It's going to have a number of original bank-wrapped rolls in it. So there we have it. I'll talk to you later. Be good.